Hello world, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to RoboThoughts Zero to Hero series C++ coding in Arduino Mega. Alright guys, we are on lesson number 12 Arduino C++ and I am going to show you what is an increment operators, alright, in C programming and C++ programming. So basically increment operator is a Arduino arithmetic operator, or you can call it as a C arithmetic operator, that is used to increment an integer variable by a value of 1. Alright, so basically if it is kind of 0 1 and then 1 plus 1, then again 1 plus 1, so it's basically increment of 1. The Arduino increment operator or a C programming increment operator is used to increase the value that a variable holds by one single digit. All right, this is very useful in certain types of loops, as we will I'm going to show this practically how this works, and then I will try to explain to you line by line with the code. All right guys, so let's get into some coding, and there you go. This is my Arduino IDE, and let me show you with some real example. All right, so let's do some coding now. Okay, so let's say int count. Okay, let's say count equals to 0. Let's start with 0, and what do we do after 0? We need to put the semicolon. Do not forget, it's very important. All right, and then let's say serial dot begin 9600 baud rate. This is a pretty standard baud rate where we will be using this very often. All right, and say serial dot print ln, and now comes your increment operator. So how do we do that? It's count, say plus plus. All right, like this, and then put a semicolon. Let's say serial print ln, one more count plus plus, like this. Okay, let's initiate one more print, serial dot print ln, and then say count plus plus. All right, semicolon. Now let us end this counting. So how do we end? Say serial dot print ln count. Simple. So from starting from the top to the bottom, it has to be the same, right? And then let's end with a semicolon. Now let's try to run this. Okay, first we need to compile. It's compiling. I hope there is no error. Yes, there is no error. Let me upload this to Arduino. It's uploading. Alright, let me open the serial monitor and share the screen with you guys. Alright, see, there you go. I hope you guys can see the serial monitor. So if you can see guys, we are given 3-4 different lines of serial print. So the increment operator basically 0 1 2 3, right? And you can keep adding this. So the way this works, actually, if you look at this carefully, right, so let me switch over to my IDE again, and you can understand this line by line. So if you look at the code here, so what we have done, so we basically executed each and every line of code with count plus plus, right? So in this example, what we did, the variable count is defined and initialized to a value of 0, and it is important to initialize this variable before using the increment operator, right? That is the plus plus which we used, because if it is not initialized, it can contain any random value, right, which is not good for us, right? Here we initialize it to 0, and then we could also use it any kind of integer value. You can use it from 1 or 2 or 10 or whatever, and it will keep increasing from there, right? And then the next is the printing, the incrementing, right? So the serial.println function with the curly parenthesis, right, open and close, is used to print the value of count, each and every count what we are triggering, right? But in the same statement, the increment operator plus plus is used to increase the value that the count variable holds. So basically the increment operation causes the value in count to increase from 0 to 1, right? And what happens after the increment, that is the post incrementing, right? Placing plus plus after the variable count, right? That is count plus plus is a post increment operation, right? This means that the variable which we assign is used in the statement and only incremented after this particular the C plus the count plus plus what we are using, right? Now because of this particular increment operation, what happens is the initial value of count, which is 0, is printed by the first print line, the top one which I showed you, right? And then only it increments one by one. So that is how this entire logic works. So this is going to be very useful for you once you get into more advanced stuff. So make sure that you guys are practicing this and get hands-on. Alright guys, so I'm going to be back soon in the next video. We will get through this into more detail. Alright guys, bye bye.